so in this lesson, we're going to build upon our input-output tables, and we're going to start to graph our linear equations. So our goal is I can graph a linear equation from a function table. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So what is a linear equation? Well, let's break it down into two words. So linear means a straight line, so literally a straight line. And in this case, a straight line on a coordinate plane. And an equation means to solve for a variable. So we're going to solve for a variable, and in that process, we're going to be creating a straight line on a coordinate plane, and that is a linear equation. Okay? So example number 1, what we're going to do is we're going to complete the function table just like we did the other day in input-output tables. But this time we're going to take those ordered pairs and we're actually going to plot them on the coordinate plane. So let's go ahead and do that now. So we're going to plug 1 in for x plus 2. We're going to plug 3 in for x plus 2. We're going to plug 5 in for x plus 2. And we're going to plug 7 in for x plus 2. So 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 2 is 7, and 7 plus 2 is 9. Now, our x is 1, and our y is 3. And make sure that you put your ordered pairs in parentheses with a comma separating them. Our x is 3, and our y is 5. Next one, our x is 5, and our y is 7. Next one, our x is 7, and our y is 9. Now, let's take a look at what that'll look like on a graph. So, 1, 3, so we're going to go over 1 and up 3. And we're going to put a dot there. Next one, 3, 5, so over 3, and then up 5. We're going to put a dot there. Next one, 5, 7, so we're going to go over 5, and up 7, and then 7, 9. So we're going to go over 7 and up 9. All right, so let's draw our straight line just like that. Awesome, and that gives us a linear equation. Okay, example number 2, we're going to do the same thing. So we have 2 minus 1, 4 minus 1, 6 minus 1, and 8 minus 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1, 4 minus 1 is 3, 6 minus 1 is 5, and 8 minus 1 is 7. All right, so our first x is 2, and our y is 1. So 2, 1, our x is 4, and our y is 3, our x is 6, and our y is 5, and our x is 8, and our y is 7. All right, let's go ahead and graph. So we have 2, 1, so across 2 and up 1. And then we have 4, 3, so across 4 and up 3. We have 6, 5, so across 6, and then up 5. And then we have 8, 7, across 8, and up 7. And you always want to make sure that you draw a straight line through it, just like that. All right, nice job. Next one. Now, this time I'm giving you a word problem, and what you're going to do is you are going to actually fill in the chart with the information from the word problem. So Audrey jogs at a rate of 2 meters every second. Let x represent the number of seconds. Let y represent the number of meters. Use the equation y equals 2x to complete the table. So all we're doing is filling in with the information. Then plot the ordered pairs on the graph. Label the x and y axis with words. Okay, so we need to label our graph. It says let x represent the number of seconds. So this is our x-axis, so we're going to call it number of seconds. And it says let y represent the number of meters. And I don't really have space on mine, so I'm going to draw an arrow here. Number of meters. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and fill in the table here. So it's going to be 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3, 2 times 4, and 2 times 5. So 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 times 5 is 10. So our ordered pair is 1, 2. Our next one is 2, 4. Our next one is 3, 6. Our next one is 4, 8. And our next one is 5, 10. Let's go ahead and graph. So we have over 1, up 2. We have over 2, up 4. Over 3, up 6. Over 4, up 8. And then over 5, up 10. And we want to draw a nice straight line through it. And there we go. Alright, next example. Brianna bikes 12 miles per hour. The function rule that represents this situation is 12x, where x, oops, I don't want to cross that out, where x is the number of hours. So I'm going to write hours here. Make a table to find how many hours she has biked when she has gone 12, 36, and 48 miles. Now, your first instinct is to take this 12, 36, and 48 and put it right here. But what is x? X is hours. These are miles. So y must be miles. And so these numbers actually go here. Okay? And so in this function table, we are going to be working backwards. All right? So we need to figure out what the x is. All right? So here we're going to go 12x equals 12. I'm working on the first one. So we're going to box our variable and divide by 12. Divide by 12. X equals 1. Okay? Next one. 12x equals 36. Box our variable. Divide by 12. Divide by 12. X equals 3. Next one. 12x equals, let me box off my answers here, 48. Box my variable. Divide by 12. Divide by 12. X equals 4. So that's going to go right here. And you can leave this column empty right here because you should have all your work shown down below. So what are our xy coordinates? 1, 12, 3, 36, 4, 48. So now let's go ahead and graph. So 1, 12, and we're going to kind of guesstimate where that would be. 3, 36-ish right there. And then 4, 48. And then we're going to draw a nice straight line right there. All right, next one. Jasper hikes 4 miles per hour. The function rule that represents this situation is 4x, where x is the number of hours. So again, on top of x, I'm going to write hours. Make a table to find out how many hours he hiked when he's gone 8, 12, and 20 miles. So ask yourself, do I put 8, 12, and 20 here? No, because those are miles and these are hours. So my y is miles, so it goes here. 8, 12, and 20. So I need to go ahead and work backwards and solve. So 4x equals 8. Divide by 4. X equals 2. 4x equals 12. Box my variable, divide by 4. X equals 3. And then 4x equals 20. Box my variable, divide by 4. X equals 5. And you can leave this column blank because you just showed all your work here. Alright, so your x is 2, your y is 8, your x is 3, your y is 12, your x is 5, your y is 20. So let's go ahead and graph. Over 2, up 8, over 3, up 12, over 5, up 20. Alright, and we'll go ahead and draw our line. And there we go. Alright, you go ahead and try this one. Alright, go ahead and hit pause if you're not done. Okay, so you should have ended up with the ordered pairs 1, 3, 2, 6, 3, 9, 4, 12, and 5, 15. And then your y-axis should have been number of gallons, your x-axis should have been number of hours, and your graph should have looked like mine. It should have been a linear equation here, and it should have been perfectly straight. Alright, so example number 6, which graph shows this function? Alright, so here we have an equation y equals x plus 1, and what we've done is we've made an x and y chart. So what you're going to do is you're going to compare these coordinates 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5 and figure out which one matches the graph. And all these are coordinates. So find the coordinate 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, it's right there. 1, 2. Okay, it's not on graph B, so the answer is graph A. And that's it. Let's look at another example. Which graph shows x plus 9? Now in this case, it did not give you that handy little chart, so you need to actually make one on your own. And the easiest way to do that is to make an x column, write y equals x plus 9, make a y column, and I'm running out of room here. Let me make this a lot smaller. Okay, let me try this again. Maybe a little neater here. Alright, let me do this. So, I have an x column. I'm literally just making my own function table. And I'm going to come out with a set of coordinates. Now you may be thinking, well, what do I put in for x's? Well, just do a couple of them. Do 1, 2, and 3. Okay? So 1 plus 9, 2 plus 9, and 3 plus 9. 1 plus 9 is 10, 2 plus 9 is 11, 3 plus 9 is 12. So what are your coordinates? 1, 10, 2, 11, 3, 12. And now you have some coordinates. So which graph matches this? Well, find 1, 10. Here's 1, 10. Well, that graph doesn't match. What about this one? 1, 10. Right there. Graph B matches. And in that case, all you needed was 1 point. Okay, so you go ahead and try this one. Go ahead and hit pause if you're not done. Alright, you should have gotten graph B. The first coordinate in this case matched both graphs. So then you had to go on to the second coordinate. The second coordinate was 1, 8. It landed right here on graph A, and it landed right on the line on graph B. So graph B was the correct one. Okay, go ahead and try this one. Alright, go ahead and hit pause if you're not done. So you'll see up here, I made a really quick table, and in fact, I only put 2 points on it. And sometimes you only even need 1 point, but a good rule of thumb is to do 2 or 3 points. And the first point I did is I do 1, 2, 3. And in this case, I only did 1 and 2. And so I was looking for the point 110. And so the point 110 landed right on the line on graph A. And the point 110 landed right here on graph B. And so that did not work. So graph A was the answer. All right, that is the end of this lesson. and we will do some more practice in class.